My dear students, in this introductory class, let us discuss on the Little Match Girl written by Hans Andersen. As an author, he was born in the town of Odense, Denmark on April 2nd, 1805. His father introduced him to literature. He studied in a local school for poor children. At the age of he went to Copenhagen to seek employment as an actor, but as an actor he could not succeed. He went to the home of a great lady of the theatre to seek her help, but could not get any. Many others of the theatre and wealthy families of the city tried to help him, but without much success. His dancing master gave up, and so did his singing teachers. Directors of the Royal Theatre sympathized with his efforts to write plays but finally concluded that despite his imagination he lacked education, for he had practically no schooling in Athens. Later on, a donation was collected. At the age of 17, Hans Christian Andersen was sent to school. He was much older than the other students. The schoolmaster, jealous of his connections with the important people, made fun of him. Finally, he was removed from the school and put into the hands of a private tutor. Andersen began to focus on writing at the age of 30. His fame rapidly grew. By 1867, he was recognized and honored for his great works. A journey on foot from Holmen's Canal to the east point of Amar is one of his famous writings. He wrote many other plays, poetry, travelogues. Travelogue means writings on journeys. Logos means words and travel means journey. 1845, his works began to be translated into many other languages. Some other writings, important writings, are The Little Mermaid, and he died in the year 1875 on August 4th. His major writings: The Emperor's New Clothes, The Little Mermaid, we already saw, The Nightingale, The Snow Queen, The Ugly Duckling, The Humbling, and The Princess. My dear students, now let us go to the brief summary of this short story, The Little Match Girl. The little match girl is going out on the New Year's Eve barefooted, not barefooted, and inadequately dressed, not properly dressed, or not enough clothes to dress, to sell out matchboxes. It was terribly cold outside. She was wearing her mother's slipper, which were too big. She lost them, one on the way, maybe under the snow, another one as she was crossing. Someone, a boy, has taken it away from her. She is not able to earn a single penny, for she could not sell out, not even one. She fears to go home for fear of beating from his father. She was afraid if she goes, she will get beating from her father. Therefore, she was not willing to go to her house. She was shivering with cold and hunger. She continued to move slowly. She huddled herself against the wall and sat down in between two houses. She felt numbness of her hand, not numbness of her heart, due to the cold weather outside. So she was not willing to go to her house. She simply huddled herself, crossed her finger, legs, etc., and then took shelter in between two houses, which makes a perfect place for her to sleep that night. She lights up the first matchsticks to keep herself warm, and felt as if she were sitting before a hot iron stove. She tried to warm her feet, but the fire went out. So already she had the matchboxes and no one has taken it, no one has purchased it, and therefore she is taking rest on that New Year's Eve, and she is trying to warm herself by lighting the matchsticks. As she lit the second matchsticks, she saw the wall becoming transparent and the vision of a roasted goose stuffed with apples and plums. The roasted goose hopped from the dish and came up to her with a knife and a fork in its back. Interestingly, she lit up the first matchsticks and saw a warm stove, and the second one, as she was lighting up, she saw a roasted goose coming up towards her with a knife and fork in its back. She lit a third matchstick and had the vision of a huge Christmas tree lit with 1,000 candles. She felt as if she were sitting under a beautiful Christmas tree. It was longer and lovelier than the one she had seen earlier in a rich man's house. It was decorated with candles and color balls. Then the light went out. She felt the lights on the Christmas tree were going higher and higher and forming the stars. The little girl saw the star fall and thought that someone might have died, as her grandmother had told her that when a star falls, a soul ascends to God. So, as she was lighting the third matchstick, she saw a huge Christmas tree with beautiful decorations. 1,000 candles are on it, and then she says that is better than or lovelier than the one she has seen earlier in a rich man's house. It later on we see that the light is going up and then one star is falling down. It is symbolically, she says, or remembers the story her grandmother had told. A story told by her grandmother, that whenever a star falls, a soul ascends to God, going to God. When a star is falling down, a soul will be going up to God. When she lit the fourth match, and she saw the vision of her dead grandmother. This time she thought that if the match were to get over, her grandmother would also go away like the stove, the goose and Christmas tree. So she struck the whole bundle of matches. A brilliant light appeared on the wall. She pleaded with her grandmother to take her to the heaven, and both of them flew in brightness and in joy to be with God. So as she was lighting the fourth matchstick, she saw her dead grandmother coming closer to her, and then she wanted her presence to be with her, and therefore she requested grandmother to take her wherever she is going, and then grandmother takes her to the heaven. She embraced her grandmother and told her to carry her off to heaven. Next morning, her frozen body was found with burnt out matches and a smiling, rosy face. Not a frozen body with smiling and rosy faces. With a smiling, rosy faces, she is dead and remaining there.